So guys, today got a video here going over some important unlocks that I found inside of Monster Hunter Wilds. We've got things like Sacred Customization, Artian Weapons, which I kind of have an idea of how they work, so I'll briefly go over that, and more, so let's just jump straight into it. First off, let's talk Sacred Customization, which you do unlock pretty early into the game. So if you go over to Kunafa Village and talk to Nona after you've defeated the Alpha Doshiguma in the main quest, you'll then be able to customize your Sacred. Now in the footage here, due to the point in the story that I am in, I currently can't go to Kunafa Village, there's nobody there, and Nona in this footage is asleep. So there is some time relevant stuff. It's weird how NPCs are dependent on time, but either way, Sacred Customization will be unlocked after you've defeated that Alpha Doshiguma. Sacred Customization allows you to completely customize your Sacred mount, feather color, decorations, pendant, all that stuff. So even the stuff that you got for getting the higher priced versions of Monster Hunter Wilds, the different Sacred customization stuff will be unlocked in this one screen, so you can do all of that there. Once again, you need to progress to the story, the part where you have to defeat the Alpha Doshiguma, and after you've done that, this feature will become unlocked for you. Next, let's go and talk about some high rank unlocks here. First, let's talk about Nata, because he's going to be a very important NPC that you will need to talk to pretty regularly. So he has three main things that are going on with him as a village intermediary. First, he has his trade items, so if you have talked to any NPCs that are available for trade, he's going to be your one-stop shop for all of them. So you don't need to remember which village they're in, you can just come and talk to Nata, and then he'll have all their trades here waiting for you. Another thing he has is material retrieval, so if you've met any material retrieval people, you can go ahead and meet all of them back here, talk to Nata, and all their inventories will be there, and you can take any items that they have found. If you don't know where material retrieval people are, you're mainly going to want to look for these like food basket icons on the map. I'll show you where one is right up here, up this hill. Very long hike, but there's a little food basket icon, and if you talk to these NPCs, they will be able to retrieve you items, which is very, very handy. Now, each of these different NPCs have different star ratings for their different items. So currently this guy is really bad at collecting nullberries, but really good at collecting honey. So that's what I have them collecting. If you find someone that has a 3-star rating on a certain item, they'll be very, very good at collecting that specific item. So it's very much worth doing that. I believe that there's like one of these NPCs can be found in each of the different main villages, so it's definitely worth going and talking to them, getting them unlocked, and then having them go and collect any items that you are in desperate need of. Same thing for the item traders, in case you need anything to trade off that desperately. Now though, let's talk about Artian weapons, which currently are the main endgame thing to go and do. You can do these pretty immediately once you get into high rank, but then once you progress through high rank a lot further, you'll be able to get better Artian weapons. So how Artian weapons work is you'll be coming over here to Gemma, and she'll have a new ability there called Forge Artian Weapons. What you're going to need is then 3 different parts to form an Artian weapon. For a sword and shield, you need a blade, a tube, and a disc. Once you have all 3 of these items, you're then able to craft an Artian weapon. Then depending on the weapon that you need, you might need different items. So for a switch axe, you need 2 blades and a device. For things like a charge blade, you need a blade, a disc, and a device. So look at which weapon you want to craft and what items you actually need. Now how you get these items is actually by farming different tempered monsters. So if we go over to a world map here, currently there are no tempered monsters on this map, but when you do find a tempered monster, say for example, they would have a purple outline. Let's just use this Gypsaurus as an example. If you see a tempered version of a monster, go into details, then if you hit create quest and then save as investigation, you'll be able to constantly fight that monster, I believe up to 3 times in a row. And once you have that saved quest, you can go over to your handler here, and you'll be able to just activate the quest whenever you want. So you get post-join quests, investigations, and then you can see here I have a couple tempered monsters already saved. Now you can see their bonus rewards there, which is going to be a very important thing to look out for. So for this Ron Popolo, if I go into details and look at the bonus rewards, you can see a damaged weapon shard. This is going to be one of the pieces that you'll need for those different weapons, and this is obviously rarity 5. But if we go over to this Odogaron here and go into details, you can see that this is rarity 6, and then I have more rarity 5, and then that's normal Rathalos. So you'll need to look at the different tempered monsters and see what rarity of Artian weapon pieces they are dropping, because obviously the higher rarity the pieces, the better the weapon will be. And then you can take those pieces to Gemma here and then craft any weapon that you are after. Now, one thing to note, if you want a specific like elemental weapon type or a certain affinity bonus or whatever, if we go over to Sword and Shield, you can see here that These pieces have different elemental types, so you've got poison, sleep, water, paralysis, and blast there for the pieces that I currently have. Then you have attack infusion or affinity infusion. Now attack infusion will just make the attack stat higher, and affinity infusion will make the affinity stat higher. But if you want to get, say, poison on a weapon, I think you most likely will need to have multiple pieces that have poison. If you have 2 pieces, that's good. 3 pieces is even better. If you're using mixed pieces, so you have 1 piece that's poison, another sleep, and another water, I believe that you'll just randomly get one of those stats at a very low value. So it's definitely better to have multiple pieces of the same elemental type, I believe. I might be completely wrong on that, so if you know any better, please do correct me in the comment section down below. And then one other thing you can do here, whilst in the oil well basin, there's an NPC here for armor spheres, which is a good thing to note. So if you come all the way over here to the smithy foundry, for my sacred, well, smelting foundry, sorry, talk to this guy. He has a quest for me currently. Accept that real quick. Then talking to him, you'll be able to get the different armor spheres, which is very, very handy. But then he also has smelt ore. This is where you'll be able to get the different ore needed to upgrade your Artian weapons. So these are for points, and these points require you to trade in your higher tiered monster parts. So it's definitely a worthy thing to do if you have a load of spare parts going, but where I'm at right now, I don't really have parts to spare all that much, so I'm not going to be doing this. But you need these different ores in order to upgrade your Artian weapons to make them a little bit better. So come here, purchase them, or wait for the festival things to happen at Nata, because he'll be able to randomly give you these ores as well. So just find where Nata is. Should be all the way over here. If you go over and talk to Nata, his very bottom option, festival shares. This is a thing that progresses through just time in the actual game. Once this becomes available, you can just get a load of the different ores needed to upgrade your Artian weapons. And I believe that is all the major upgrades that I have currently that I wanted to share with you guys. There is the support ship if you go over to the Windward Plains, but I believe that that is not currently there in my game yet. One thing to note from that is that will be able to, once he's actually there, you'll be able to get different items from him like medicine stuff, monster parts, and weapons. So keep an eye out for when he appears. He should be like right here. Next to the provisions stockpile, should be like standing here. He's a very good NPC to go and get some decent weapons from, at least early on in high rank, and some other materials as well. Yeah, that's everything that I wanted to talk about here today. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.